And we're learning more about bomb threats called into polling places in Georgia yesterday. And while these were determined to be non-credible hoax calls, the fact that they've been actually traced back to Russia is cause for alarm and potentially part of a bigger pattern, according to our next guest.
Bret Schafer is a senior fellow of media and digital disinformation for the Alliance for Securing Democracy. Bret, you were warning about this exact kind of threat as recently as yesterday morning. What were you seeing specifically with regards to Russia and election interference?
Yeah, when we look at the threat environment, we look at past elections to get a sense of what might be coming here. And in this case, we were a little bit fortunate in that Moldova held 2 elections last week. These are elections that Russia cared deeply about. And what we saw during those elections, according to both the German government and the Moldovan government, is that Russia was phoning in bomb threats, both to polling places within Moldova, but also at embassies outside of Moldova to try to impede the vote. So we had a little bit of a warning that this may be coming here.
And Bret, this is not the first time we've seen Russian influence campaigns in recent U.S. elections. Not by far. 2016, we all remember how significant of an interference they had at that time. Do you see President-elect Trump addressing this with his Kremlin counterpart, Vladimir Putin, in any way, if at all? He's made no secret of the fact that they do speak occasionally. That's likely going to happen more often now that he'll be retaking the White House.
If this does indeed turn out to be the Russians who are behind this, and I would add that as a note of caution, we know that these threats originated from Russia. We don't yet have clear proof that the Russian government was involved. But if the Russian government were involved in this, there needs to be a clear, decisive, bipartisan response. This isn't meddling. This isn't Russian trolls spreading some divisive memes around social media. These were terroristic threats made to polling places in an attempt to suppress the vote. So that's egregious criminal behavior, regardless of who's behind it. And so we need to have a clear response to that. But I think one of the things that's important, we need to divorce the topic of Russian interference from Donald Trump's victory. Yeah. Donald Trump won this election. He didn't need Russia's help. So once we're clear about that, let's have an assessment of what happened, and let's have a clear response to it.
And if it is a partisan issue, then it will only be a partisan response. And as you say correctly, Bret, we don't need that right now as a country. Bret Schafer, thank you.